this? MSGM. This one's crazy, by the way. Zoom in. It's not halted. It's down at 62. Okay, let's see. I am testing out my Active Trader Pro to see if I can log on both places. I don't think I can, but I'm trying because I want to trade. Morning, Zephin. Hit the thumbs up button. I don't know if you've seen this one, by the way, MSGM. This is one that started out yesterday. We'll look at the 2-day. It basically was a $5 stock yesterday. Climbed all the way up to 20 by the end of the day. And today it's 64. So it got all the way up to 80. But I guess I'm trying to log in. Active Trader Pro is having some issues right now, for me at least. I'll open up YouTube and I'll hit the live button. Hit the thumbs up button if you're just joining. It's a short squeeze. Let's see, force quit. We're going to force quit this one. Maybe I can't do Active Trader Pro on 2 machines on that. I've been thinking of getting, I mean, this one just dipped down to 62. I've been thinking of putting in it just at 67. The volume is very scarce, but with the amount of people trading this, I'm wondering, is that volume going to spike like it did yesterday and we see a GameStop style situation? Might be worth me putting $1,000 into. But that's kind of where I'm at with MSGM. I need to, let's see. It is Motorsport Games. I mean, it was up 713% yesterday. Just with news that it regained its compliance. If you want to see, here, this is what I'm looking at. Down here, you can see up 713%. It was down 8.68% with the debt for equity, which basically means they're just issuing more stock. Yeah, the only thing that makes sense, it's got, here's the thing, shares floated, 0.65 million. So 650,000 shares floated. We go back over to Active Trader Pro. You're trading 5 million shares. There's only 650,000 shares floated. There is no way. Now I got to see if this freezes up because I logged in over on my laptop. It makes no sense whatsoever. You're at 3 million shares. I'm watching Bed Bath & Beyond on my other computer. Bed Bath & Beyond has quite a pre-market. Carvana isn't doing much. WISA wasn't doing much from what I saw. I'm checking out all of our short plays. But this one makes no sense here. MSGM. Motorsports games. Check this one out. So this is on our algorithm. This is what's crazy is it got us in yesterday at 21.12. Yeah. They might be interesting. I'll be right back. Okay. Yeah, of course you're down on your Tesla short. Dude, don't hope and pray. That's how Tesla shorts lost all their freaking money in over the years. Don't short Tesla, man. Here, Tesla. Let me see if my... Okay, I guess it's working. I just can't tell if it's updating live or not. This one is... Look at TQQQ. This one should be... Yeah, okay, that one's moving. Here's the thing you have to know about Teslas, Evan. And I would be very kind about this. Tesla has made more than one person millionaires from just investing in Tesla. It has also nearly bankrupted more than one millionaire trying to go short on it. So while you can try and time it, the best bet is not to short Tesla, but to use the Tesla short as a hedge against you holding the Tesla stock. For instance, this is the way you kind of want to learn it. And again, it's traders versus investors and things of that sort. When you have a stock, and we'll just look at Tesla on here. And I don't necessarily think that you're doing anything poorly by shorting Tesla, because it has been on that crazy run, and it's got gaps, but it's defied all logic. There is no way. It's up 1.27% in pre-market. So I never, a stock like Tesla that has made people poor on the short side, my suggestion would be to buy the stock at some point in time during this run. And then when you get to here, if you think that it's going to go down, buy the TSLQ or whatever short that you do, thinking that it's going to go down, because if you get a stock going up, you can always get out of your short and take it as a loss. If you wind up going, and then you have your stock going up. The reason to hold on to both and not just sell one and buy the other is undoubtedly when you go to where are you going to short this stock? Tell me where you're going to short it overall. Were you going to time it here? Oh, were you going to time it here? 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 I mean, those are overall, those are short little stops. So my suggestion again is if you want to short something, I think, I've always used the shorts like SQQQ and things of that sort to hedge against my longer term portfolio that I can't sell. And when I say I can't sell, it's for tax purposes. You don't want to take a tax event just because the market's going down and sell out of your entire portfolio, but you want to protect against that side. So typically what people use is covered calls options. They'll buy puts, and when you see big puts, usually that means that they're protecting against an upside position that they have. And I'm trying to make sure it. Mike, shirt's on today. Mike, I'm watching this. MSGM is the one that I'm watching right now. It has, and I got to get the dogs' beds when they come in here. Okay, hold on. I'll get your bed. And you can come in here. Okay. Come on. There we go. Come on. Hey. Okay. Nobody's going in. Nobody's going under. You can stay there. Okay. And I gotta pull up my notes. Bum bum bum. I gotta start a new note. Is this one going? Let me see. It's back on. I may put in an order for $60 on this one. This is, I mean, just so you guys know, this was up 700% yesterday. This started out on Monday as a $2 stock. It's got a float. Let me see. I was just looking at this of 0.65 million shares. So 650,000 shares. So far in pre-market, it's traded 3 million shares. The 10-day average volume is 5 million shares. It's only got 650,000 shares floated. So it's... Okay, hold on. Okay. She took it over from you, so here. Go. Go on. Good girl. There you go. Everybody fits in the bed. It's a big bed. It's at 65. This one got all the way up to 80, and it's on super, super little volume. GSK CEO live on Squawk Box on RSV vaccine competition. We're at 66. It's putting in this floor at 66 right now. The chart's ugly. I mean, I just don't want, the VWAP's at 57. It's trading at 66, but this one defies all logic. The range yesterday was between 685 and 2760. But it started out as a $2 stock, went up to $6 on open, and just kept going. And the majority of people, by the way, are holding this stock down between $7.50 and $12.49. It's a 100% short squeeze. 100%. Somebody shorted this one. It regained its compliance with NASDAQ listing. And so it's back on the NASDAQ. I'm going to do my scans while I'm watching this one. But I'm tempted to get in. I know I'm crazy, but I'm so tempted to get in. Hopefully I'm showing this one. Yeah. And the other one that is MGAM. I think they're affiliated. But see, MGAM, Mobile Global Sports, they're up at $4.39. I mean, it's the same thing. This has traded 15 million shares. Let's see, MGAM has 13 million shares floated. And on average, the 7-day is 7. So far this morning, it's traded 15 million shares. So it's trading huge amount. Morning, Karu. Karu Chief. Karu. But between these two stocks, this is the one I'm a little bit more interested in because I do think the only thing I worry about is the smaller share size. And the only news on this one is that they have a new chief data officer. But MSGM, MSGM, so you know, develops and publishes multi-platform racing video games in the United States. It operates through gaming and esports segments. They're not making money. There is no hope of this company making money anytime soon. It is crazy what's going on here. And I think if I put in a buy at 60, I'm probably hitting it on its way down to 40. That's what I'm a little bit afraid of, because the chart just doesn't tell you anything. On this thing, you have to get down to like a 1-minute chart to really be able to get out of the rug pull, if there is one. But see, the 1-minute chart, it's not even telling you anything here either. The majority of people are between 66 and 68. But if there's a volume explosion, I mean, look at that volume. If we go to a 2-day 1-minute, you can see the volume yesterday. This volume is nothing compared to this volume. And if this volume shows up on open, this is a $120 stock. That's what's crazy. But I'm watching it while I'm going to do my scans too. Hey, do you guys want to watch, what do you want to watch? Scans on my screen, or the Active Trader Pro MSGM? Let me know what you want to watch. If you're watching. If you're not watching and you're just kind of listening, don't tell me what to do, bro. Okay, we're going to scan our brokerage holdings. This is my personal one. Okay, I'll move it over. James, I know you watch. We're going to do scans, and the first one is CrowdStrike. I don't think this is in our core portfolio, but it's in mine. Their earnings are coming up March 8th. That's a fairly good move. I'll bring it up. The problem you have with CrowdStrike is the valuation. It's still big. We can go over here. They're not making money, and the forward PE is 53. So if they come out and say, "Hey, we're getting, less spend," there's a problem. Exxon crossed up. Is that a secondary cross up? Let me look. Morning, Brandon. Yeah, it's a secondary cross up. I'll bring it up. They had a record profit. And their ex-dividend date is coming up February 10th. I mean, it's a good dividend. Okay, those are in brokerage holdings. Let's look up the core investments. Bum, 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 bum. That's kind of what I was going to bring up. I have in my notes that Peloton earnings. I don't know. So here's the deal. It would make sense for Nike, I think. Semi makes sense for them. The valuation is a little bit high in my opinion. So with the stock as high as it is, I don't think that Nike would say, "Hey, we want you." But if there's an idea that they want to get into the fitness, quote unquote, fitness pizza in my mouth business, it might make sense because, Lululemon has Mirror, I think is what it's called. My buddy got tonal. He spent, Brandon, man, you got to put your alerts on and join early. We already went over all this. I think MSGM, if it gets the volume of yesterday, I think it's a $120 stock. The question is, are you getting rug pulls? It's only MSGM only has a 650,000 share count. So how you're trading on all these and where they settle out, who knows? What the hell is this going on? I'm getting red. I don't know why. Okay, in our core portfolio, Exxon's the only one. Let's look at energy names. I think Exxon will probably be the only one that crosses up. Kilobits a second. Which network am I on? I'm on Plume. Maybe I should go on AT&T. Ooh, we got quite a bit on our energy names. LNG, OIH, and Halliburton. Let's see. Levered ETFs. Let's see if anything had a cross up in our levered ETFs. URTY. That's the Russell 2000, I think, short. Ultra Pro Russell 2000. No, that's the long. That's a secondary cross up. Let's see, strategy tester. Yeah, you've been in this one. Wow. Imagine being in this one since, what, 37? That's a nice move in that one. Wow. Okay. Levered ETFs is done. Let's see if any of the Vanguard indexes got one. We got 3. VOT, VUG, VBK. Yeah, I didn't get on too early. I'm watching on my other screen, so you know, Brandon. I'm on Active Trader Pro. I'll show you. I've got MSGM up, and I'm watching it. If it breaks 60, I'm getting in, probably with a couple $1,000, to be honest. So if I lose a couple $1,000, big deal. But I think this is a 1-minute chart. When you go to the 5-minute chart, it looks a little bit more drastic in the pre-market with the move up and the move down. That right now the Bollinger Bands are syncing up. I mean, if it syncs up like this and then goes from 40 to 60, and this goes from 60 up to 100, which is a comparable move, that's just going to be kind of a crazy thing. But what I'm specifically looking at is the volume driver from yesterday. People started getting in and driving this up. If this volume of pies comes in like it did yesterday, and you're starting to see this, I'm seeing the MACD cross down. The RSI right now is at 55. The question is going to be, when these Bollinger Bands do sync up, like right here, do we get some type of move to the upward direction on the up? So let me go back to Safari. You have VUG? Here's VUG. This has been a great move. Let's go back to the strategy tester. It's a secondary cross up. But VUG at 211, it got you in. And here's the killer. Just look. I mean, this is a growth ETF. And yeah, it's at its high there. But over the past, what? We'll go back. This is 2023 to 2011, which is what? 12 years we're going back. It's touched the 200-day once, twice, 3. If I draw this, here's what we're going to do. This is once, I'm going to go, we've got our 3 right there. And we're going to go our 3. This is the channel that you're looking at with VUG. So in an upward trending market, you're at 295. No reason not to be in VUG. Now, VUG does not do as well as ARC, but it's not a bad place to be. MGM's trending down, 63, 64. Okay, Vanguard, low-cost Vanguard, we're in that one. Let's look at our spider sectors to see if any sector crossed up. XLU, utilities, and XLB. We had a lot of cross-ups. Yesterday was a good day, by the way. Material sector crossed up again. And the utilities. Utilities is at its 200 day. Well, it's not too expensive. I think it'll get there. The problem is it's funny because January 2022, I want to say, it might have been 2021. But I remember my buddy and I were talking, and we were heavy in ARC, and both of us said, what happens? And we did a little research. And this one guy had done research for the last 50 years, or last 20 years, I think. However long ETFs had come out, actively managed ETFs. And the year after, the number one ETF of 1 year is typically in the bottom 5% of the top ETFs in the next year. And he likened it to a bunch of people basically zoom in and this is the number one, I got to get in. And they get upset because there's so much buying and then the price runs up. And then they're like, I got to get out. And so they start to get out pretty quickly. And so the core money that's in there for the long term, it just kind of sits there. But because there's that buy and sell kind of thing, it drives the price down. So 2 o'clock, I think it's 2 o'clock, the notes come out. So we'll know quarter point or half point at 2 o'clock. And then I think he starts speaking at 2:30. But my name is Gary, not Google, Zeffin, just so you know. You might mistake that with all my knowledge. We're at 60. We're under 60. The bid is at 60. But it still doesn't have confirmation, so. Okay, so we did the spider sectors. I'm going to do my own personal watch list, which I do not share. Lightspeed. CrowdStrike I have in there. Cognex. I don't like that chart. Low. MJ. This is a marijuana ETF. Let me go to the strategy tester. This has been a loser, but I'm going to bring it up because I may put some money into this. I mean, it's I don't know. I'll bring it up. What the hell? I think they trade right in line, Brandon. I don't think there's. I don't know enough to pick one over the other. The only thing that I know is that Home Depot's more focused on the professional, and Lowe's is more focused on the DIY homeowner. Why is... This is part of the Nifty 50, by the way, Eastman Kodak. I don't like any of these. Arch I've got up there, but I don't like that one. This one's been a monster. But that gap, man. Hey, William. That gap, no, that gap's a killer. I'm not bringing that up. Okay, let's go to the Dow 30. I think Exxon is going to be the only one. Travelers. Oh, Exxon was taken out of the Dow. That's right. Travelers. But this one, I think this one, it's a secondary cross-up, but it's a little bit high. We'll bring it up. What the hell? TRV. Oh, stop. Okay. Dow 30. We got the Dow 30 scanned. Let's see. We're going to go to the NASDAQ 100. Scan. CrowdStrike is the only one. Then we'll go to the S&P 100. And then we'll go energy sector. And if you have TrendSpider, by the way, if you guys are here, hit the thumbs up button. Aim at American Tower. This is the REIT that is, oh God, I'm gonna bring it up. I like their dividend, and this is big real estate. Schwab, they're under the 200-day. They've covered that gap though back there. They've got their dividend coming up. We'll bring it up. What the hell? It's part of the S&P. Oh, Jim Cramer, I was wrong. American Tower is the biggest. Is one of the biggest. So what American Tower does is they put up a tower brand, and then they charge all the people that need point to point, like Verizon and AT&T and all of those folks. They just charge them rent. It's essentially what it is. Low. We'll bring up low because I think their earnings are past. No, their earnings are coming up. Lilly and UNP. We're going to bring those up. Now let's scan the energy sector. And the only reason I scan the energy sector in particular is I still believe energy has a run. I'm just not. I mean, I've been wrong on a lot of this. But NFG. You know, if we go into some of the names that energy names to trade, I think I added CHRD, yeah. And we run the algorithm on Tom's favorite CHRD. Their earnings are coming up. You have a buy-in here at 129. The algorithm on this one makes you 134%. Buying and holding over 1,000 candles makes you 235%. You win 53% of the time, which an average win of 16.72. So this has been a really good one to trade. The difference is all of the dividends that it pays out have been really, really good. MSGM got to 60. It's back up at 65. So you could have made 10% in probably like 10 minutes. 60 seems to be a floor. I'm going to start the podcast, man. But I tell you what, I'm going to get out of that damn podcast real freaking quick as I watch this thing. Oh, and just while you guys are here, hit the thumbs up button as it helps, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. But here's what we're watching, MSGM. I will have the Trend Spider hour-long discussion that I had with David Yoakum, who is one of the trainers, one of the guys that if you get one-on-one training with Trend Spider, he's one of the guys that will do it with you. I will have that probably later this week. I hated the way I speak on camera. I can't do scripting. I just can't do scripting. So I wound up doing some kung fu moves while I did a voiceover. So you'll have that to look forward to. But it's coming up. I didn't want you, I know I've talked about it, and I know David, if he's tuned in, he's probably looking forward to it. But all I need to do is put some graphics in, like his Twitter handle and things of that sort, and then I'm done. So this one, what we're watching for on MSGM is, my belief is that it's got to come down to this VWAP here. And that because yesterday's, and just be so everyone's watching knows, yesterday's volume, and you can see it right here. And let me make sure I'm showing. Yeah, I'm showing. You can see it right here. The volume that we had on open just took this stock up from $10 to $25. And it's got way more exposure today than it did yesterday. So if retail traders show up and you see this one get the same kind of volume, then we should be able to have a pretty good run on this one. But that's kind of and make no mistake, this is not an investment. If you are trading in MSGM, you will not be rich in your lifetime. You may have some money in the short term, but you are going to lose it. This is something that you do on the side with your lunch money. This is not something where you take your rent money and you say, yeah, I want to do this. No. Even though you were up 700% yesterday. And I say that right, 700% yesterday. That's just crazy to me. And I think it was Warrior Trading was on talking about it. If you see here, if we kind of zoom in, see that the pink line, which is VWAP, volume weighted average price. I'm waiting for that to get closer to 60. Right now, it is at 55, and the bid and ask is at 63. They've been slowly converging, and you can see the Bollinger Bands are coming in. This is on the bottom part of the Bollinger Band. The last time we did this, it went from 40 all the way up to 80. So the question is, are we going to get this volume spike again like we did here? And no, this is not a triple bar. No. What is CHSH? Hold on, I'm going to get in on your discussion here. SCHD. It's a dividend equity fund. It probably has significant exposure. Let's see. Complete holdings. That's where we're going to go. So you've got Broadcom, BlackRock, Cisco. It doesn't have real estate. Here's your sectors. It's heavy financials, heavy information technology. So, let's see. Real estate ETF. You got BlackRock, MSCI, Vanguard Real Estate Fund, Invesco Funds, SCHH, which is Schwab US REIT. Is that the one, Stefan, that you have? This one pays SCHD has a 3.32. SCHH, which is the real estate, has a 2.32. It's not great for a REIT. You can see the year to date though. They're up 8%. These are good. Yeah, I think that's the most. Yeah, you're right. O is the most popular one. Realty Income, and they 4.4%. A lot of REITs also pay like 15%. There's some that pay 15%. I forget the. I don't have any of them. I don't. There's a medical REIT. Let me see. Medical REIT. To consider. I'll let you. Why not? There's a Fool article. From what time? January 6th. 3 medical REITs. Community CHCT, CTRE, MPW. MPW is the one that I was thinking of. And they have a 8.9%. But you can see they just haven't been doing well. I have to have a way. Okay, there we go. Now I can look at it. I gotta blow my nose at some point too. I need to start this. Okay, I'm gonna start this podcast. Good morning. It is Fed Day. It's Wednesday, February 1st. Yeah. If you don't want to trade until 2:00 today, I don't blame you. My assumption is that we will see muted trading of the professionals in the morning. I don't want to say muted trading of everything, but of the professionals, we will see a muted trade this morning. Jerome Powell speaks at 2:30. The most dangerous time to trade today will be between 2:00 when the point increase is released. The market is expecting a 0.25 rate increase. So if for some reason he comes out with 0.5 or anything above a 0.25, the markets will crash. My personal opinion is I think he will be very careful with what he says. I don't think he's going to want to knock the markets down. I think what he will do is more talk just kind of the same thing, that we see a strong job market. Friday, and we talked about this yesterday, today is the Fed day. Tomorrow is Apple and Google. And you're going to see, I think is Meta today or tomorrow? I think Meta is today. Let's see. But you're going to see a big moves in the market today and tomorrow. Meta is today after the bell. So you've got your chance. We'll talk about Snap earnings in a little bit, but today with the Fed, 2:00 is your key. And then 2:30, if we just go and look at SPY and we look, let's see, when did Jerome Powell speak last? There we go. It was on, let's see, November 30th. So if we look at SPY, we're just going to go back to November 30th. And we're going to look. This is the November 30th afternoon candle. So the morning candle of November 30th had a 0.17. The afternoon candle had a 3.21%. That's just in SPY. So if you assume we have a 3 to 4% movement in the thing, that's huge in SPY, which means either your stuff that's been going up, all of your growth, all of your crazy stuff goes shooting up. That's going to start shooting down if he gets dovish. If he gets we're going to look at halting our rate increases and talks even slightly about halting, you'll see the markets take off. That's kind of Jerome Powell speak for, hey, we may, there is a 40% factor that's priced into the market right now that at some point in time between November and December, we see our first reduction. The Fed rate is between 4.25 and 4.5 right now. A half-point rate increase gets it closer to 5. The assumption is that we get to 5%, and then they halt, and they stay. And the question is, how long do they stay? So that's going to be what's in the market. You can trade around it. You can do whatever you want. There are some bigger stocks that are going absolutely haywire. There are two. MGAM, which is a cheap version of the one that's going nuts. This is a short squeeze. The algorithm has you in at $2. You're trading at $2.58. It is something that more than likely is completely overdone. But the volume, you can see the volume on my screen is just enormous. I can go over to Active Trader Pro and look at it. But the other one that we have is MSAM. And this is the bigger one. MSGM is the other one. This one was up 700% yesterday. The candle in the morning alone has a 187% range. The candle in the afternoon, ironically, only has a 1.28% move. Now, this one closed at $21.40. It ran up earlier to $80. So you 4 times your money in the pre-market. It is now sitting at about 61. I may halt this podcast if for some reason I see this move at a significant pace. And the halting of the podcast will be to go and trade this one. It will be an absolute monster in my mind. But if you look at Active Trader Pro right now, if you're on YouTube Live, the Bollinger Bands are syncing up. And I've said this for the past 15, 20 minutes. They're syncing up. Right now, you're on the bottom of the 9-day, which indicates to me that you'd be going down. I'm waiting for this VWAP to get a little bit closer to that 9-day or the actual price before I actually make a move. Your 21 and your 9 are kind of crossing right now. And what you see back here where it did that, it just shot up. It shot up from about 40 to 80. You doubled your money. So I'm waiting for that to happen. If for some reason we see a volume spike, and I've gone over this on YouTube, you can go back and look at it. If we see a volume spike like we saw on Open yesterday, it's off to the races. I think you can have a $120 stock. So those are the ones that are going nuts. Those are the ones that you can look at today if you want to do some day trading. Just be aware they are super, super volatile. Snap announced their earnings yesterday, and they met or beat on some metrics. But the key point was they said they won't give guidance. And they said our run rate right now is down 7%, whereas the market was expecting them to be up 10% with ad spend. The stock is down significantly in the pre-market. This one had run up from about $7 where our algorithm got us in to just over 11. 11.57 was where it closed yesterday, and they obviously, that was the day high. They expected it to be super, earnings to be super good. It's down at 10.17. I think if you can get this under 10, I actually think you'd be doing fine. 867 was where the algorithm got us in. And, that was way back on December 23rd. Even under 10, I would wait for Jerome Powell to speak. The reason is you're not making money on this stock. This is a forward PE of 34. It's still super expensive. But on all metrics for social media, they met. Other than, hey, we're not going to give you guidance and we're running a little bit light. And they said they're running light, by the way, on brand advertising, which is typically long-term advertising. So if you're in the marketing space, that's the stuff that you typically pull back on during recessions or when there's a pending recession because you want to have some dry powder. You want to have some money in the bank. So you pull that back. Branding is less, customer acquisition, things of that sort. That takes precedence and that continues on. And that's what essentially Snap was saying. Brings us to Meta, which reports today. They were down, and let me see, they were down at about 140. Let me look at Active Trader Pro real quick. And I've got to get back to my MSGM. But yeah, they're at 147 right now in the pre-market. So they didn't pull back as much as the 10% or 11% that Snap had pulled back. But this one is just on a legendary run. I would not buy into this earnings. I also would wait for the earnings if you're thinking of selling. I think it's worth the risk. The problem that you have is you do have a gap down here at 120, but you're over the 200-day. And so there's a gap up here at 160 to 167. I think if they basically announced that they have spent next to nothing on the metaverse and they've pulled that back enough, I think Meta gets a bump. And I think that's the only metric that they're going to be looking at. If they pulled back on spending and they at least match some of what Snap has said, I think that's priced in. This company is making money at 14. They've been doing well on Reels. My favorite social media platform is still Instagram. I still hate it, what it's turned into with Reels, but it's my favorite. I don't have TikTok. I'm a boomer. Guys, I'm a boomer. I'm over 50 years old, but I do like Instagram. That's my favorite one. I absolutely hate Facebook. I am never on Facebook. But Meta is something, this is in our core portfolio. I think it is. No, I don't have it in the core portfolio. So I need to add this one. It's just a good stock to own. List currently open. Yeah, we're going to add that to that. This one goes in there. And it should have been in there all the time. But, they're again, I'm not a huge Zuckerberg fan, but it's in there. I would not trade this one today. I would not buy it. I would not sell it. I would just wait. Just wait. I mean, part of being a good investor is patience. AMD beat their earnings. Unlike Intel, this one's up slightly. This is, I own this in my personal portfolio. I do not have this in the daily stock core portfolio. I do have NVIDIA and I have Qualcomm in the core portfolio. This one I do not. This one's got gaps all over the place. It's up above the 200-day. It's got gaps below it. They don't have a catalyst. They made 69 cents per share. I don't think it's a bad stock. I do think it's a good stock. I just think chips, they've had a run. They had a run before. I do think that this one goes back to 100. So if you want to buy it at 75, I think you're fine. I own it, I think, at about 120 or so. I think my average purchase price might be around 100 with some dollar cost averaging. But I couldn't sell it during my tax loss harvesting because I bought it last year. And I do think I bought it around 120, and I just dollar cost average down to about 100. I am not buying any more. There's no catalyst for it. It's currently on a run from 66 all the way up to 75. I do think that all these gaps get filled. I think you get wind up back at 120 at some point in time over the next couple of years. This is a great company. They're up at 78 pre-market. They're up 4% in pre-market. So I'm seeing it on my screen. D-Man brought up GILD. I think that's how you say it. GELD. This is a window manufacturer, and they've fixed all of their their supply chain stuff. It's been on a run. He brought this up to me a few days ago when it was around, I think, 11. It's at 12.65. Their earnings are coming up on February 17th. Now, what's interesting is TrendSpider sometimes puts in this. Let me take a sip of water. TrendSpider puts in this little kind of purple. Hey, this is where we think the price is going to go. And I've never seen this before. And D-Man, I'm sorry to tell you, but that little line right there thinks that they're going down. This is one that, let me see, are they making money? They are. Pretty high PE for an industrial, 21. It's up 31% year to date. You're still 48% below your 52-week high of 24. Now, December 20th, JP Morgan, they upgraded it from underweight to neutral with a $9.50 price target. There is nobody, well, I shouldn't say. There are some, like Stifel, like Deutsche Bank, and both of them back in August, that have a $15 to $17 price target. And again, you're trading at 12. If you get to 15 or 17 and you're trading at 12, you're doing pretty well. Their earnings are coming up February 17th. He loves this one. D-Man was pounding the table on this one. He's saying, dude, this is one to buy. Windows. I'm not super excited about Windows. But, I can't say that he's been wrong. He's been right. And he's gotten a lot of good ones in the past. It's up above its 9-day. So it's still got confirmation. The one thing that you do have to know about D-Man, and he comments this all the time, he doesn't know when to let go. So, but you do have a gap up here between 16 and 17. If they have some crazy quarter and they say, you know what, all of China's replacing their windows and we're the window supplier, boom. I don't know that they're going to say that, but I figured I'd bring it up for him. High five to D-Man for bringing that one up. There's an interesting one, and there's rumors out there, and James brought it up to me this morning, and I had heard this one too, is that Nike or Amazon might buy Peloton. And Peloton is on this crazy run. Their earnings are, actually, they had their earnings. They lost 98 cents per share. That's a better earnings than they had before. You're covering this gap, or you covered the gap to 13.17. I think you covered it right before earnings. Yeah, you did. It get covered to 13.37. You have other gaps, no gaps that are below, but you do have a gap up. And a gap up is between 61 and 86. I don't know that they're getting back to that. But if a sale is pending, then I think you can assume a $20 per share price point. That's just kind of guessing here because there is this gap right here at about 24.25. 100% guess. I'm not putting money in. The RSI is super high at 68. The rumors out there. I think with Peloton being beaten down so much, without them being able to really figure out a pattern towards profitability, they say they do. I just don't know. I mean, I love their app. I absolutely love their app, but I'm not paying for their app. I wound up just disconnecting. I love their yoga. I love their the bike. The Peloton Hack is the best thing going. Their bike is amazing. If you haven't ridden one of those Peloton bikes, go and stay at a Hilton hotel. They have Peloton bikes. You can go try one out. It's amazing. So I like that one. But it's an interesting one. It's in a rising wedge, so I do like it. Let's take a look at some of our scans. That was all I had as far as this, but we had some big scans. One that I currently own that I'm not sure that you should own, but I do hold at a significantly higher price. I think it's around 150. Is CrowdStrike. This is cybersecurity. And every company needs cybersecurity, but in times when there's a pending recession, they typically cut back, and cybersecurity is one that they cut back on. So you can take a look at this one. CrowdStrike, it's a secondary cross-up. Your initial one was at 96.61. You're at 105 in this ascending wedge. Their earnings are coming up on March 8th. That's a ways out there. Another secondary cross-up that reported yesterday is Exxon. I'm a holder of this one. I sold some because I think my average purchase price was like $25. And essentially you can hold this one. A great dividend. Dividend X date is coming up on February 13th. I've been holding it for quite a while. Energy is just one of those things. I think, supply greatly underperforms demand when China opens. Another energy names that we've been looking at for a very long time that goes along with natural gas is LNG. This is Cheniere Energy. This is a company that basically takes cheap natural gas out of the U.S., puts it on ships in Louisiana and other ports, I think in Mexico, and ships it over to Europe, where they pay significantly higher rates. The problem is you had a very, very warm winter in Europe. So you don't have a ton of, hey, we need supply over here. They also cut back on their supply, so on their supply because they had enough storage. So the question is, okay, as they build out more import machines in Europe to be able to accept the ships, do they get it from there? Do they get it from Norway up north? They obviously don't want it from Russia, so they're trying to cut the Nord Stream pipeline off or limit that. But Russia's not going to cut it off because that's the way they're funding the war. The ex-dividend date is coming up on February 6th. Their earnings are coming out February 22nd. Now, mind you, LNG is not making money. LNG is a company that has a forward PE of 8.49, which is fairly high in the energy space. But their earnings per share this year expected 223% rise in the last year. Next year, they're only expected to rise by 75%. This during a good time. If we go back and we just look at a weekly chart and we look, during COVID, you were down at about 30. Pre-COVID, you were about a $60 stock. What's changed between now and back in January 2020? It's just natural gas has gotten a little bit more expensive. But as natural gas, you guys know we trade BOIL and KOLD all the time. As that trade goes down, LNG goes down as well. In the energy space, the oil services OIH ETF. That's a secondary cross-up here. The initial one was 304. Back on January 6th, you're at $330. So you got your 10% out of an ETF. So, kudos to anybody that took that trade. Another favorite that we have in the energy space, Halliburton had a cross-up. This one in Schlumberger, I hope I say that right, are two that I think you can invest in. They're both a little bit expensive, but they supply some necessary hardware and software services to the energy sector. Schlumberger, SLB, is that symbol, had a cross up at 51 on December 13th. You're at 56 right now, so you're close to your 10%. Halliburton it just had a cross up at 41.22. This one, it does you better to buy and hold. It's just a little bit expensive. Again, you're above the 200-day. You have this gap down here between 34 and 35. I think you could hold it. I mean, let's look at the what's the dividend on this one? It's got a 1.55% dividend. The PE is 23. That's pretty expensive for an energy company. But I don't think you're going back down to the 20s. I think, if anything, you're staying between 30 and 40. 41's a little bit expensive, but you just got out of a 6% run. So if you got more, maybe Halliburton's in there. Another one that, not another energy one. This is our triple levered ETF list that we have in TrendSpider. URTY is an Ultra Pro of the Russell 2000. Now, this is a secondary cross-up, and it's gone from 37 to 48. That's a crazy, crazy move in just shorting. It's not even short. It's long. The Russell 2000. So the symbol is URTY. Then we went to our Vanguard ETFs. These are low-cost ETFs in different sectors, different reasons to hold on to these. But what you're really looking for in these are entry points. This is a secondary cross-up on this one, and it's a little bit high in my opinion because you're above the 200-day. I'd like to see you enter in at a point more like December 29th, which is 180. So you're at 195. It got a secondary cross-up today. Another one is VUG. We had 3 cross-ups in Vanguard. VOT, VUG, and VBK. VUG is a secondary cross-up as well. The market's doing well. So VUG is the growth. And this one, you had an initial cross-up at 211. Right now, you're at 235. It's a little bit expensive, but to get in and hold for 5-6 years, I wouldn't worry about it too much. VBK, I think this one's the small cap, and this one's kind of the same thing. I mean, we're in a good market. If you're in a good market, you're getting secondary cross-ups on a lot of these. This is the small cap growth. 198 was the initial one on December 30th, 224. You look at something like ARKK. You're up 30%. In the month of January. ARKK had a cross-up on December 30th at $30.48. You're trading at $40 today. So, again, those ETFs are great to move and great to invest in the bull market. The levered ETFs on the way down are just as good. That's why we have both in our portfolio. Let's look at XL, some of the spider sectors. XLU, which is utilities. This one came about. By the way, I've got MSGM up. Good thing I didn't put $1,000 into this at 60. It is 927 right now, and I have the bid and ask at 28. So there was a rug pull. We got a rug pull. Let's look at the other one. MGAM. Somebody popped in here, one of these day traders. It was Starcadian. What are my thoughts on MGAM? They're rug pulls. I mean, that's essentially what's happening is you're seeing it firsthand, right here. MGAM and MSGM, both of them, big volume rug pulls. Somebody just got out. There was some type of news. There was something. They traded down to 22. They're back up at 28. But see how the Bollinger Bands have expanded now? Now what you're waiting on. Oh, I need to move this over. Let's look. Yeah, James brings up a good point. MGM should be the MGM betting if you're betting on this one. But you can see how it crashed. I mean, it's down at 26. The volume weighted average price, VWAP, is still at 52. So you've got a crazy disparity between the volume weighted average price because everybody bought up here. Now you got people buying down here, and they're buying from the people up here. And do not think that just because you got a 50% price cut that it's going back up here. You need to have huge volume spikes. Right now you have huge volume spikes on the rug pull. The rug pull is where you have the volume spikes. And sorry to do this live on the podcast, but if you pull up my YouTube channel, you can see this. It's 9:29 right now. I'm going to sit here and wait for the market to open so we can watch the 9:30 candle. But, they're talking about Novo Nordisk. NVO is the symbol. That's one that my friend said we needed to get into back in last year, and we should have at like 90. It's at 140 right now. This one's at 25. We're at 9:30. New candle just started. Did it halt? It may have halted. Nope, didn't halt. It's up at 25. It's trading at 25. It's up 20%. I feel like a auctioneer. It's up 20% from where it opened up at, but it's trading right at 25. I mean, imagine those people who bought it at 80 right now. There were people who bought at 80 in pre-market. Please don't be one of those people. Not one of those people. And that, Starglide, or was it? Yeah, Starcadian. My thoughts on these are you're betting. I was going to put $1,000 into this because when we were here and those Bollinger Bands were going up, I had said, hey, we're on the downside of the 9-day. I don't trust it. I want to see when it starts opening up. If you're on the upside, this could run to 120, but it could easily just crash down if it's not on the upside. And boom, you see it on the downside. So I don't even see it. It's got to get up to 50 to get back to the 9-day for me to even get into this. So for me, I'm out today. I mean, it could go back up to 60. And if it does, then you're above the 9-day and you have some opportunity. But for me, I'm out. I've seen it open up. I've seen it come down. I've had enough. My money is too valuable for me. Yeah, I'm out. So I'll get back to some of our scans. Let's see, where were we? We were scanning XLU, utility sector. This one gets you in here. It's at about 68, 68.10 it looks like. It got you in and out. This one's fluttering around the 200-day. If you want to get into utilities and this is a sector that you think you like, just buy it. It's under the 200-day. There's a gap down here at 66. You won't be upset. You'll be fine. Utilities will be fine. If we look at just a weekly of this one, you'll see it's on the upward trend. You cross the 50-day. I mean, you do it regularly on this one on a weekly. You touch the 200-day, you just continue to go up. It's not a problem. XLU is just one that you look at. Another one, the materials, XLB, the material sector. This one is one that, we talk about Cleveland Cliffs is in our core portfolio, which is down at 2121. Lucky number, by the way. It's in an ascending triangle, XLB. So it's a secondary cross-up. I think you want it a little bit less expensive. 84 is a little bit high. I'd like to see you in the 70s at some point if you buy into this one. But again, are you upset if you buy in the 80s? Look at the weekly chart. You're not. I mean, you've held 90s before. This is the weekly chart, and it's just kind of been going up. Again, if you just draw it straight. Did we have a cross up on Macy's? I don't know why I put down M. I think I just mistyped it. I must and just mistyped it. Not M. We didn't have we didn't have one. Nah, Macy's, we didn't have one. Their earnings are coming up. They're a favorite of mine in the retail space just because I think they do a really good job on e-commerce. Travelers. MSGM is halted. Yeah, it's halted. Let's see what happens. It might go back down to 2. They might have some news of, hey, they might have just announced, by the way, we're selling 20,000 shares at $80. They might have just said that. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. If I were the CEO, it's exactly what I'd be doing. So Travelers Corporation. This is a secondary cross-up. You had an initial cross-up at 192. You're trading at 187. This is, it's an insurance company. It's boring. You can get in this one. They had their earnings. The ex-dividend date is coming up on March 8th. Let's see. They have a pretty good dividend from what I remember. 1.95. So it's not a horrible stock to own. I'd like to see you closer to the 200-day at 178. It's a little bit expensive, but insurance tends to get a little bit expensive. AMT. This is American Tower. And we kind of went over this. This is just a company that basically puts up towers and then rents it to the cellular industry and everybody else that needs towers. It's above its 200-day, crossed up at 223.42. You're trading at 222 right now. The algorithm makes you 43% on this. Whereas if you bought and held for 1,000 candles, you lose 4%. You win 60% of the time on this. Your average win is 5.82. Now, mind you, your average loss is 3.67. Your max drawdown was 21%. So this one gets you out of those huge max drawdowns. But American Tower, I think they have a pretty good dividend. Let me look. I think it's 1 point something. 2.79 dividend. So American Tower has crossed up. Schwab has crossed up. SCHW. And I know I got a lot of cross-ups today, and I bring them up just to basically, bring them up because on a day where you have the Fed, not a great day to get into any of these. But if you got a cross-up like here, Schwab, under the 200-day, it's 77.46 with their ex-dividend date coming up February 9th. SCHW is got a 1.14% dividend. So it's not a horrible dividend. Not great. I mean, you can get 0.25% on your money for holding it for a few days, and you're under the 200-day. Why not? You got this gap up here between 79 and 80. Get 5%, 4 or 5%. So Schwab looks like it's good. Lowe's had a cross up, and I think their earnings are coming up in a little bit. Their earnings are coming up. You just crossed the ex-dividend date. Their earnings are coming up February 28th, 208.28. You're trading at 207 right now. What you have to worry about is you do have this gap up here. This one looks like it was filled, but you have a gap down below, down to 188. I can't imagine this one getting below 200. I can't, but if you get a crazy scenario, like look October, you went all the way down to 180, and you're at 207 right now. It's a good business to be in. Lowe's, they have a decent dividend. Let me look at what their dividend is. 2%, and you're 13% below your 52-week high. You're 22% above that 170, which is your 52-week low. Your performance year to date, you're only up 4% in a market that's up like 10%. So it's not a bad place to be. If you're a DIYer, invest in Lowe's. Home Depot's more geared towards the professionals. Eli Lilly, this is a Jim Cramer favorite. So be careful. It's below its 200-day. It's a good company. There's a gap down here between 313 and 316. You have been on an absolute tear on this one. You look at the weekly, and you just dipped below the 50-day in this candle, but that was I think that's just an error during that week where this week where it just mispriced it. But you're trading at 343. Which is right around the 9-day. I mean, again, this one is probably one that you just want to get into. If you look at their earnings, when their earnings coming up, their earnings are coming up February 1st. Is it pre-market or post-market? Is it today? Pre-market. So their earnings came out. Their ex-dividend date is coming out February 14th. Again, this one is below, kind of just hugging its 200-day. So if they had good earnings, you expect them to go up. Again, you got to be careful of Jerome Powell this afternoon. UNP, United Pacific, they had a cross up today at 204. This is a railway, and do they have a dividend? I think this is maybe one of the Buffett stocks. 2.55% dividend. Year to date, you're down 1%. It's below its 200-day. You do have a gap up here between 207 and 209. You're trading at 205.61. You have another gap that's been filled up here. You could go up to 240. I mean, again, this is a boring railroad. It's a Buffett stock. You're on a day where Jerome Powell's speaking. I don't know. If you get into this one and you get into it for the long term, I think you're fine. You look at this one, it's right around its 200-day. Last time it was at its 200-day was COVID, and it continued up. So I do think that you have growth opportunity here. that's it for the podcast. I am going to stay on YouTube because I want to see what happens with MSGM. And I think I have some people to respond to. If you're here, just hit that thumbs up button on YouTube. For podcasters, if you made it this far, hit the 5 stars. Hit that 5 stars on Spotify. Go and review me on Apple. And if you are listening on the podcast, gentleman's agreement here. If you made it this far, head over to YouTube and hit the subscribe button. I don't care if you never watch the YouTube. I don't care what you do. Don't tip me. Just go over to YouTube and hit that like or subscribe button. That's it. Doesn't hurt you. Doesn't cost you a thing. I probably made you some money. If you listened this far, I probably made you some money in the past. Don't tip me. Now, if you have made money and you already subscribe, tip your boy. Tip your boy because your bartender needs some drinks. Well, I don't drink Pepsi, Coke. That's why I own those stocks. But we'll talk about Jerome Powell tomorrow. We'll talk about Meta earnings. And tomorrow I will mainly go over what to expect from Apple. Closing this out, let's talk about Tesla. This is one that there has been some people who have said, well, I'm going to buy the TSLQ versus the TSLA. My guidance on this is not to short it. The only reason to short it is to hedge against a long bet on it. There have been more than one person that have made Tesla their main investment and have become millionaires. There are also more than one person who have bet against Tesla, who are millionaires, who may not be millionaires again. The valuation makes no sense whatsoever. It defies all logic. It doesn't make sense. You're getting up near short term. If you invested at 100, I don't think you're crazy for selling out at 172. Just realize, for me personally, I'd probably still hold on to it because it most likely is in a taxed account. Understand your taxes. The only reason to buy TSLQ or to short Tesla is to hedge against a stock that you own. I do not advise someone that, hey, even though you've had this slide, and if we go back and we look at a weekly, and you've had this slide for the past year, do not discount the fact that this is still an upward trending stock. The 50-day is moving down. The 9-day is moving up. 21 days moving sideways. The 200-day is still moving up. So do not discount this stock. I will advise you again, it's dangerous. There are better places to put your money. For short term, if you're looking for a short, SQQQ. The Qs have just run. TQQQ has been running. I say anything under 20, you buy TQQQ. Anything over 20, if you've made your 10%, you can sell it. But it's still got its confirmation on TQQQ. I bought SQQQ trying to time the market. I bought it, I think, at 46. What are we trading at now? 39? There's been some people. You had a cross up of SQQQ yesterday at $40.14. Made sense. You're at $39.60. You're running up. Is Jerome Powell going to kill this market, or is he going to say, we may look at actually reducing rates, and then boom, you're off? That's the danger part of triple levered ETFs. You don't want to time these things. You want to trade the trend. Right now, TQQQ has the trend. Missed the first 5%. I don't care. The SQQQ that I bought, I think it was less than $100. I didn't, I said, it's fun. Let me put it into Webull. I bought it. Just like I bought CAT. I bought CAT against all logic. It's in the Webull account. It's long term. I'm donating that to charity. I think I have like $1,100 in Webull. Hold on, I'll look exactly right now. I will update on you on Webull. By the way, if you want to join in, I am doing a Webull challenge this year. I will donate the proceeds. Whatever I make, I'm donating to a charity. I'll figure out what charity over the year. But join me. Put $1,000 in there. If you guys have $1,000, put $1,000. I'm telling you when I'm doing buys and stuff. Right now I hold CAT, SQQQ, Apple. Apple's my largest holding. in Webull, ironically, at a significantly lower price than it is right now. So I'm gaining on that one. They gave me Kraft Heinz, Procter and Gamble, and Gap. And the account, which was funded with $1,000 today, has 1102. So it keeps moving. It's up at 1103 right now. So, but if you want to join me, click the link in the description and go on the link tree. Click that link. Go to Webull. Sign up. I get people signing up, so you get free stocks. Webull is one of those. If you want a long-term brokerage, I suggest Fidelity. And if you sign up for Fidelity and fund it with $2,500, I can get you $100. Just send me your email address. I'll send it over to my guy. I think it comes in gift cards. So do that. But if you want to join me in this challenge, throw $1,000 into Webull. Let's have fun. I mean, and it's for a good cause. I'm donating it to charity. You get it as a write-off. I think we do end up higher at the end of the year. I am pattern day trade limited in Webull, so it's not like I'm day trading a lot of these. I do hold SQQQ, and I hold, I'm down 17%. Down 17%. I've lost, I think it's $30. Yeah. I think it's $30. I think I bought $200 worth, which was an overextension. I shouldn't have bought that much of it, but I thought I'd time it. Blah, blah, blah. But again, I'm up overall in this position. So $1,100, I'm up 10% for the year. We'll see what happens. I still have some cash that I'm holding on to in there. CAT is a large position for me. Why do I own that much CAT? $500 worth. I bought 2 shares at about $260. It's at $251 right now. I shouldn't have bought that one, but I did. I should have bought 1 share instead of 2. But join me on there. It's fun. And we can watch our accounts grow this year from slow, steady investing. The markets look like they're down. MSGM, just update, is at $27. So if you bought at $25, you're up 10%. Kudos to you and high five. It does have volume. The RSI is currently sitting at 23. I will move over there so you guys can see what I'm looking at. The Bollinger Bands are still huge. The volume-weighted average price is down at 48. It looks like people who are at 80 are selling like crazy, but buyers are showing back up. That's the crazy part. Motorsport Games resumes trading. If you have any questions, hit me up on the socials. Thanks, you guys, for listening. I will talk to you tomorrow. Okay. Share, export song to disk. Oh, do not crash on me. Am I going to have to cut this damn thing out of the... Oh, there we go. Okay. That's always what sucks, is when GarageBand starts crashing on me. Now I got to look at your let's look back. SCHD, I like real estate exposure. RIP to the hedge fund. Jep, is that Jep is the window? Is Jep the window? Hold on, let's go back to Safari. Gel, are you heavy in GELD? Mike, yeah, you liked my China reference on the windows. I like that one, James. Starcadium, thoughts on MGAM? You're playing with fire. It's gambling, but I'm not gonna ding anybody for doing it. They're making money. Are they halted again? I think it's halted again. Let me see. Or is my Active Trader Pro just stuck? I think Active Trader Pro is just stuck. I'm going to restart it. Quit. Yes. And then we'll restart Active Trader Pro. I think I installed some software on here that Active Trader Pro does not like. My Webull account is doing pretty well. I mean, I'm happy with 10% on Webull. Again, if you guys don't have Webull, I actually like their online. Not even their online. I mean, their online's pretty good, but their actual software, I played with it a couple of times. And you guys know this, when you get used to a software program like I am with Active Trader Pro. Oh, I don't want that. Quit WinBug. We're going to force quit Active Trader Pro. Force quit. And then I'm going to quit GarageBand. Save. And we quit that, and let's go back to Active Trader Pro. And I'm still looking at your comments. Morning, Brandon. Morning, James. Morning, Brandon. It's a good... James, how can you say this isn't a good run in this market? The best way for a billionaire to become a millionaire is to start day trading. Submit. Okay, let's see. It is starting up. Day trading's tough, and I'll tell you, Brandon Plank, swing trading is better than day trading, but both are tough. And even my strategy in holy shit, MGAM is back up. It's 375. Oh no, this is MGM. Okay, I thought this was 30. MSGM. We're gonna look at MSGM. That's the one I like. I maybe trade now in 2020, 2021. I was probably trading 10 to 15 times a day on days that I traded. Today, holy shit, it is up at 33. Hold on. We got to be on triple bar lookout. You got baby bars, but fuck. Buyers are showing up. Wow, 36. I think I might. Okay, we're going in. MSGM. Leroy Jenkins, this fucker. We're going in. You boys' eyes are old. Let's see. Let's see if this is still... No, it isn't. Okay. Shit, we're at 36. I wanted to get in at 33. We're looking at MSGM. GM. I think I'll have a chance to get in here at 33 again. Select an account. Okay, I have that amount there. We're going to buy on limit. Leroy! Yeah, I'm going to buy here at 39. 38.50. I'm going to buy. Let's see, where's my calculator? I thought they had a calculator here. It's halted again. I don't want to buy when this shit is halted. Fuck. I'm not buying when it's halted. Damn. I blame you people. I was logging in on my laptop. MGAM's not halted. MGAM, though, that has no confirmation whatsoever. MSGM has all the confirmation I need on a short term. I mean, here's the killer is, look at the volume spike yesterday that took it up like this, and the volume spike today is super small. But when I see those steps and I see the VWAP at 41 and we're at 39. Now, MSGM, the bid and the ask are at 21. I think if it halts one more time, it's done for the day, though. I got to look up halt rules again. I don't know them very well. Okay, let me go back to, I'm going to go to Anchor. You guys yell to me when it's back up. I am going to upload this episode real quick. I'm watching it, but sometimes I like swapping tubes. I just like the name. That's the name. When you guys hear the first music in my episode, that's the name of one of the what's called transitions in the library that I use. Okay. I'm back to watching this. I bet it opens up at 40, 45. Is anybody in this one? Did anybody get in the 20s? I mean, I like the Bollinger Bands are up, but see how it crossed up on the Bollinger Bands here? And it's about to cross the volume-weighted average price. That's what I like to see. And by the way, I had a $50,000 buy getting ready to go in because I typed in an extra zero. And wouldn't that have been nice? Although if it goes down to like 11. Let's see. Let's go to YouTube Live. I'm going to go to YouTube Live and see if other people are trading this live. Let's see what they say. Good for you, Cooper. Sherry, you missed out. 700% yesterday. Options Millionaire, live options trading. Live scanner and day trade ideas. No delay, morning gappers. FMOC live trading. I'm scrolling YouTube Live. Have you ever seen Trump deposed? I don't see Warrior trading. He's usually the guy who's up and trading this kind of stuff. But I don't see him at all, which is interesting. What will the Fed do today? Here. My Burger King money. You can't see the right-hand side, but let's look at, who are we going to look at? This guy options trading. I want to look at his. Let's see. Options Millionaire.
Really holding, but Apple just bottom wick and flip green. VIX just put on a very large red candle, so I anticipate this candle flipping to green.
Huh. He's not trading this one. Okay, so we're going back. Go back to live. Options Millionaire. I just don't see anybody. I don't see anybody trading it. I'm going to move you back to Active Trader Pro. God, in my Active Trader Pro. No, it won't be. They won't be blaming anybody for this one, I don't think. This is what sucks, man. When my Active Trader Pro here doesn't work real well. And it's because the bandwidth that I'm using for YouTube Live. Is it really? Is Peloton really at 15? Holy shit, you ain't kidding. That's their earnings. You think people heard us say that Nike's buying them? MSGM has 0 as the bid and ask. And I don't even see news on this one. Let's see. Let's see. News. Tools. We'll go past hour. Man, it's just got the NASDAQ compliant stuff. Yeah, I mean, the rumors are out there, James, but after their earnings, I wonder. I think Peloton could go back to 20. I think I showed you that chart on. I'm going to get this episode up and loaded. And I'm going to go to Anchor again. Anybody see it? Yeah. I mean, I don't see it opening back up. The bid and the ask are at 0. And usually I'll see a bid and the ask at least it's something if it's going to open back up again. Oh, it is? Am I just not? Yeah. Fuck. Okay. I'm getting back in. Let's see. We're going to put it in at... Oh, I may have my 39 again. See, this is what's dangerous. It's going to halt again. Guarantee it's going to halt again. It's halted again. Did it halt? Yeah. It's not garbage. See, you guys, this may be the first time you're living through this, but this is what GameStop was like. This is what AMC was like. This is what all of that stuff was like. This was January of 2021. You guys may not have seen this, but 100%, this is exactly what would happen. You'd get it up to 80 and it halt, and people will bought it at 40. And, are you guys looking at level 2 data? Is that where you're seeing it? Tell me where I can look at this on a pretty easy basis. Because, I'm not as into the day trading. Ooh, VS might be a little less volatile that we can get into. No, let's go back here. And we're going to look at this. Notes. I focus on... Oh, no. Boom. Oh. Get this out of the way. Boom. Boom. Ba-ba-ba-bum. One. No, it's 2-1. Okay, publish now. Oh my God, I am Yahoo Finance limit orders. Man, you guys are killing me. You guys are killing me. Let's see. Here. Okay. MSGM back on. We open back up. I'm going to place an order. Halt it again. Halt it again. Okay. I've got my order already set. Oh, it did? Stop loss triggered at 40? I didn't see it go at 40. This candle shows 45.27 to 39.15. You did get your stop loss triggered. Shit, if I had a buy in it there at 40. You can't take profits. That's the problem with halting, James. You can't. I think I might put in an order since this one trended down a little bit. 38. Yeah, it dropped as a flash. I don't see. Let me see. VS halted as well. Results quote time 10, 12, 13. So it was open for a minute. And you're right, Sherry. VS is halted as well. I'm dying to get into this one. I don't want to put it in. I have a standing open on my computer to buy at 38. But I don't see even in this NASDAQ currently halted. They were halted, let's see. Okay. Versus has been halted since 10 o'clock. Once, twice, third time. MSGM has been halted. Wow. MSGM once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the 7th time it's been halted. I don't know what the rules are for a halt on the NASDAQ. But see, it says resumption trade 10/17. Okay. It's a red candle. I'm going to go in at 45. Okay, count trading. Filled at 45. Okay. Okay. I went in at 45. I've got an order to sell at 50. So it'll be a yeah, I should have gone in it a little bit lower. But that's the nature of getting these things in and halts and things of that sort. Doesn't make me feel good that it's a red candle, but we started a new candle. Let's see what happens. Yeah. If this one, I mean, it seems like 45 seems to be, the 21 days definitely putting in some resistance here. See, I wish I need to set my damn Active Trader Pro up again to where it's one button buy sell. We got 4 minutes left. Boy, that was the longest 1 minute candle I've seen. Hi, Penny. No. No. I think I might put in a stop loss on this one. Halt it again. Halt it again. No. Halt it again. Okay, let's see. Do you have to go out? Okay, now I got to take the damn dog out. This is what happens. Do you have to poop? Do you have to go out? Do you have to go out? No? Okay. Damn it, man. I don't see a resumption time. My dogs are awesome, except when I'm trading for $1,000 loss now. I just don't see a resumption time. I'm in for a little bit more than lunch money at this point in time, just because I wanted to bet. Let's see if this one opens up at 20. We're all screwed. I just don't see a. I see a resumption quote time 10/22/30. And this was pretty up to date as far as the time that it. Do you have to go out? Do you want to go out? No, she doesn't need to go out. She just wants attention. What do you want? Do you want to come up? Okay. If I pick you up, will you stop? Will you stop? Anybody see it moving? Again, I worry about Active Trader Pro just not being very active. And I want to put in a stop loss, but I don't want it to trigger Okay, do you have to go out? What is it? Want to go out? Come on. You have to go out and poop? Okay. Yeah, you usually bug me when you do. You have to poop? Okay. Come on. Okay, what'd I miss? Oh, shit. Oh, man. I missed it going down to 37. It's open while I'm gone. It's down below its 9-day. I think I'm going to put the sell in at 38. What? Hold on. Why is this? Let's see. I'm going to refresh. Sell all. Orders. Hold on. Orders. Oh. Replace. There we go. That's what I have to do. Okay. I have a sell in at 38, but I think is it halted again? No, it's just sitting there at. I'll replace it at 30. It's a quick $1,000 loss if I can get out. I'm out, but I think I'll get back in. I'm out with a $800 loss. And I shouldn't have sold. But I should have waited for the 38 to fill. I unfortunately bought 100 shares. But see, I see the volume. If the volume continues to trend down, we're going to trend down. See, if you go to the one here's in this instance, there was another one just traded. BGXX just resumed. The 1 minute, you kind of have a shelf building here, and the Bollinger Bands are syncing up. Let's look at BGXX. Brady's retiring. For good this time. Let's look at versus again. Is VS halted on a good trend? It's been on a bad trend. That's the 1 minute. I'm waiting to see. Does this one get a little bit? got a baby. See, the baby bars are 5 minutes. That's the problem I have right now. Is I bought I went Leroy Jenkins on this one, and it bit me. I was actually up. I probably should have sold. Versus halted again at 1037. See, what's crazy is MGAM isn't halting here whatsoever. Look at how low it is on the 9-day. It says it halted, or this versus halted. Oh, look, Jim Cramer's got the Peloton CEO on. People have said that it's over, Carl, but I got to tell you, it's not over because my friend, Barry McCarthy, douche. My friend, Barry McCarthy. Peloton get over 18 yet? 15.21. Great trade, though, Zephin. Killer trade on that one. I think I'm done trading for today. Took one on the chin. Let me see. Let's check out some of our favorites. Boyle is down 10%. KOLD is up 11%. SOXL is up 7%. UCO is down 1%. Rig looks like it's up. This is Transocean. This one's a favorite of a lot of. I saw that GME. Let's look at JBL. The move, I mean, again, you're going from, it's not even a 1% move in a 5-minute candle. DO, let's look at DO. I'm relying on you guys. DO. Do. Up 4% today. Diamond Offshore. Still got confirmation. FFIE. tank? I'll be right back. Okay. Let's see. If MSGM gets back up to 45, I'm going to be pissed. I just donated my $800 to somebody. You got balls on your cheeks, James? If you saw that Snapchat one. You know what's flying, by the way? Here, let me show you a chart. So imagine getting into this stock at 140. 20 days ago? This is NVIDIA. Let's go back to Active Trader Pro. Versus unhalted. But the downward trend was there, Sherry. Is it an upward trend now? Volume spikes are there. You do have a little bit of, you're above the 9-day, or I'm sorry, the 21 and the 9. I need a couple of charts up. MSGM does not have tight bands. Let's go to the 1 minute. That's wide open. That's tight. This is still wide open. If we go to, and that's 5 minute. Let's go to a 1 minute. Because let's see what you're looking at. You're looking at it tight on a 1 minute. What do you want? Did she take the bed away from you? Do you want this? Want to go under? Oh, I love you too. I know. Yes. You want me to pick you up? You want a hug? Okay. I'll give you a hug. I love you. Yes. Okay. Oh, let's see this. Yes. There you go. There you go. Good girl. Yeah. MSGM is tight on the 1, but it's down below the 9-day. and you've got a declining volume. People have gotten out of it. People have moved on. Usually for my movers, if you want to know where to go in the pre-market, here, I'll put this up there. This is where I will typically go. And you can look at that one and see where the movers really are. What? What? Okay. You want to go under? Okay, come on. Hey, there you go. Okay. I'm going to put you under there. Dogs fighting over blankets. That website is where I'll go to look at pre-market movers. It's a pretty good one. GMBL. We can look at this one. See, they've kind of fallen off favor. A lot of this is, you can, that's a 1 minute. If we go to a 5 minute on a 2-day. So you can see it moved up yesterday, down, but it had a big pre-market move. Tesla was in the big market. BuzzFeed, BZFD. MSGM is in there. MGAM is in there. That list is usually where I'll go to see, okay, where am I going to, in the pre-market, which ones are moving and which ones are going. My friend Jen, she just texted me. Here, if we go back to NVIDIA, look at the chart. So, I always talk about these button hooks, and up here at 205, 206, the button hook kind of matters. Here's what you have to know about NVIDIA. Yeah, it's expensive. Yeah, it's up there. They have their earnings on February 22nd. AMD had a good earnings period. Today's one of those things where if you sell out of this stuff, you might regret it. This is part of what you'd call timing the market. If Powell comes out and says, we see good things in the market and we see, future, going up to 5% and then halting for a while, but we're not against pulling back. If he says something like that, NVIDIA is one that's going to take off just because it's been beaten down. The 4 hour looks like it's great and looks like you should get out. This weekly one looks like you're just getting started. So the question is, where are you on this? Are you, short term or are you long term? I mean, that's my take on it. You should know where you're at. If you've got a profit in it and it's over 200, NVIDIA might be one that puts in that, hey, at 200, at this level, is that the buy when it's under and sell when it's over? My take on it. But, I just lost $1,000 on a trade on MSGM too. Yeah, you never know. You just never know. Take your profits, man. I'd sell half my lot. At 126, selling half your lot means you're pretty much playing with only a small portion of your own money, and you're keeping in there your gains. But you're paying short-term capital gains on it, Brandon. Just realize that. Long-term capital gains versus, and again, if it's in a retirement account, I'd sell it in a heartbeat. I wouldn't sell the whole thing. I'd sell 50%. In a heartbeat, I'd sell 50%. In a taxable account, I'd probably sell 50% just to play. You're up, 80% on that? 70%? It's a good run. It's a great run. That's kind of where I think about it. I think about it less from a should I get out of the company versus should I take a profit and what's my tax situation? Because any stock that I'm not quote unquote trading, I believe in. And that's why, Tom and I had this debate where should you have 170 stocks like he has? I mean, he sent me a picture yesterday of just like, I think he had, I think it was somewhere around 5 or 15 stocks just with the first letter C. He couldn't fit it in one picture. I mean, just with the letter C. So that's where I kind of differ from him, is that I know the stocks that I invest in, the ones that I put in the daily stock picks core portfolio in TrendSpider. I know them fairly well. I know their charts well enough to know, hey, when it's up here, I should probably look at taking some profits. It's a little bit extended even right now at about 34, 35. I'd like it to be around 25 to 30. That's usually what my mind can handle. So, but you do you. It's kind of what I always tell people. Okay, I got a training at 4:30 today. Energy stocks are moving down today. Who's trading? Anybody in something? I think I'm going to get up. I got to go return some shoes and do some stuff. I did my podcast, so I think I'm going to leave you guys. I'm with my $800 loss on MGSM. You think? It's about where I bought it. I don't think it's going that high. I mean, here's the thing. It really depends. Like I said, it depends on what Powell says today. I think you're seeing lighter trading across the board. Just because people are like, okay, what's Jay Powell going to say? SQQQ has confirmation even above that Bollinger Band. You know what we haven't looked at recently? UVIXY. And I did sell. I sold out, Sherry. I sold out. Look at that move. Look at this move. It's only, I thought that was $4, not $4.90. No, the announcement, the notes come out at 2. He starts speaking, I think, at 2:30. Here, you know who will ask? Some other guy on the internet. His name's Google. He's pretty good. Does Powell speak? Here we go. Calendar, Federal Reserve. I don't want to subscribe to your stuff. When is the next Fed meeting? New York Times going to charge me. 2:30. So this stuff is released at 2 o'clock. He speaks at 2:30. UVIXY is broken. UVIXY's really broken. It hasn't been tracking very well. Hasn't been tracking the volatility. Here, the VIX, I have it in the bottom of my screen. It's at 19. And UVIXY was, even when it was at 19, was at, it's like most of these other levered ETFs. They just break every now and then they get back in line and, hear about it. But look at that move is pretty drastic. It's not a huge percentage move because you're only going from 490 to 505, so it's 15 cents. So it's only, 2-3%. But, and see, you could say this is a triple bar right here, right about 497. I'm still in AMD. AMD, I'm in long term. Here's the thing. Let me see. I don't get 5% on my savings account. High interest savings account. Let's see. NerdWallet has their latest. We'll go over here. SOFI. SOFI's got I was listening to SOFI CEO on their earnings. I like that guy. And boy, he made his high interest savings account just sound incredible. 3.75, 3.3. They're not 5%. These are high interest ones. Shit. Brandon, what bank is doing you giving you 5, or Christian, what bank is giving you 5%? Yeah, VRO. I traded on wow, AMD's above 80. MSGM VRO. I traded MSGM. I think, what did I buy in at 50? I bought in at 45. I have a pretty shitty bank. Let me see. My bank is Affinity Federal Credit Union. And that is where I pay my bills. The majority of my money is in Fidelity. My savings account, APY is 3.495. So FTX, yeah, 8%. Dude, they are tightening up. Here, Active Trader Pro. They are tightening up, but you're hanging out at that 9-day, and the volume's sliding. And see, the MACD's just kind of hanging out down there. There's no real momentum to tell me this is going back to 60. The volume's kind of, you were at, a half hour ago? You were at 7 million shares traded? I like CAT, and I may actually buy some CAT in my main account. But see, here's the problem, Larry, with CAT. We'll go back to here. I just bought at the 52-week high, essentially, 263. It wasn't really, it was a couple of shares. It's not a big deal. I intend to hold that one for a while, and I'm not worried about it. So if you go to a weekly, I don't even think 240 is far enough down. You had your earnings, you've had your catalyst. Look at how high up that MACD is. I think you can see it. No, you can't see it. Here, I'll move my... Oh, and I just screwed that up. Okay, you guys can see that. I'm going to move my... Okay. I'll move my picture here up here. There. So now you can see the MACD and stuff. Because it doesn't matter where the hell I am. Let's move... Boom. Okay, so now you can see the MACD. So this is a weekly chart of Caterpillar. And you can see the MACD is just way up there. I'm not convinced that the 9-day is offering resistance enough to hold it. Because when you look at like this run, where it turned over, the 9-day just couldn't hold it, and it lost it, and then kind of came down under the 50-day. The 50-day is at 209, so I'm waiting for more confirmation for where it's going to go. They had good earnings, so it wasn't bad. There's stuff that is positive. Stephanie Link even said yesterday, hey, we're looking at a positive stock here, nothing bad. She added to it at 250. So, E-Trade just bumped me up to 3.5. Yeah, 3.5 is good. Here's the thing, like Fidelity, my Fidelity allows me to invest in government, I think, short-term bonds as my savings. And so my Fidelity account gets me 4.7%, I believe. Let me look. I'll look real quick. And the symbol, by the way, is FZDXX. and its 7-day yield is 4.29%. So it fluctuates. So it doesn't change. It changes pretty constantly, like on a daily basis. But its 7-day right now is at 4.29%. It's the best you can get. But again, I get yelled at for shilling Fidelity. But Fidelity, again, I won't steer you towards anything that I don't particularly use. By the way, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button. It helps. E-Trade just bumped me up. Off to the gym. Have fun, Sherry. VS will close near 3 today. She says near 3. Let's see. We're holding her to that. She got nerves of steel, man. Shit, that's 20% up from where it's at today, right now. Is it halted? Let me see. Current halts. No, it's open. Yeah, if you guys want this one, if Sherry's right and it goes to 3, I mean, it's got confirmation over the 9-day, over the 21. It's just at its VWAP at 275. What is Versus Systems? Sherry's been right on a lot. Extreme Engagement Online, a platform that allows live event producers, professional sports franchises, and video game publishers and developers, live events producers, and professional sports franchises, as well as others interactive. Yeah, it's gaming. Tell you what, it's got some momentum. Let's see. Maybe I can make my... It's still got volume. If there was one that I'm tempted, since she said $3. No, it's not making money. It ain't making money. No. It is 523% off its low. Its low is 38 cents. It is 93% off its 52-week high of $37. So you've got a huge swing. Year to date, it's up 384%. So this is 100% just a penny stock that people got into. And here, you can even, like in Fidelity Active Trader Pro, this is a news story. Trading higher after the company announced it will partner with Resolve to bring generative AI and gamification to customer payments and credit management. This is just a press release, and it says AI, and then the company's up 349%. So, I mean, it's just, you throw that in the you have a $1.29 million market cap. That's nothing. This company is nothing. It's got shares floated 1.93 million shares floated, and you've traded 36 million shares so far today. So, you did trade in pre-market up to $4.13. I don't think it's a bad thing to take a stab at it. You know what? I may buy some here. No, I'm not going to be around my computer. I should. I'll keep an eye on it. I'm putting in the, okay, I need to set up my notes for tomorrow. Thursday. MSGM. Big $800 loss. I'm writing down my MSGM. Okay. VS. Sherry says up over $3 at some point during the day. Okay. And then we're going to look at Meta earnings. PTON up huge. Okay. I got my notes in. I'm glad I didn't buy this at 270. It is syncing up. If you guys want one to play, I mean, this one, again, the volume is kind of there. It hasn't, even though the volume spikes are there, it hasn't really driven the price up. That's what I worry about. You've got the confirmation over the 21-day. You've got confirmation over the 9-day. You're trading below the VWAP at 274. You got the Bollinger Bands crossing up. The biggest volume shelf looks like it's about 237. So wait for a candle on this one. But yeah. Okay, guys. Yeah, I'm done trading too. I mean, no reason to trade until Powell starts moving the market. Okay, I'm out, fellas and ladies. Hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't already, subscribe. I'm here every morning. So I may go live with Jay Powell. We'll see. Probably not. I'm probably going to be out doing stuff. So let me know if you have any questions. Hit me up. All of the links are down below. Join me on Webull. I have a $1,000 account that I'm trading this year. Let's see. To date, it's a $1,000 account. And as of right now, I'm at $1,095. So I'm up 9.5%. So hit the alert button, because if I'm live, it'll alert you that I go live. And hopefully I'll have the TrendSpider video out today or tomorrow. So I have a class tonight with a couple of friends that I'm teaching. So, ooh, and look at that. We went from 250 up to 260, which again is a 5% move. But it's losing steam. Okay, I'm out.